Cool, kids. Don't be a fool, kids. That's the golden rule, kids. I'm going to make you drool, kids. Oh, yeah. So, coming attractions. Ooh. Ooh. We love coming attractions. Maybe you guys can actually see what's going on there. Ooh. Pretty. All right. Coming attractions. Don't get to see those yet. Just a little preview. A little preview for the cool kids. Exclusive to the channel. Ooh. Look at that. Quintessential single malt whiskey from Cedar Ridge. Oh yeah. Ooh, we got some Rams Point peanut butter whiskey. Wow. Oh, what we got here? Caramel apple. Wow. Ooh, what's this? Oh, wow. Bubba MC's Secret Still Marshmallow Chocolate Whiskey. Well, that's an odd one. Ooh. Bubba's BS Burnt Sugar Whiskey. Man, oh man. What fun. That's some fun stuff. All right. But I think I'm done buying booze. I got enough booze for a while. All the booze. Don't even drink the booze. Got it. All right. Unless we're doing a try it video, in which case I do drink a little bit of booze. Just a dab of booze. All right, we got mail. The mail is here. The mail is here. Not the female, the male. Because, they did charge us a fee, though. This came from Romania, guys. Romania. The coin's not from Romania, though. And this is an update video for Silver Coins Around the World. Your favorite series. Yeah. And it should be one of the last update videos, because I do believe, I'm going to call it, unless I see a circulating issue from Trinidad and Tobago and a few other places, something really cool like that, or an actual authentic Australian holy dollar, barring something like that, the upgrades I'm looking for are not really commonly found, or things that we can expect to really realistically get. Honestly, I've seen a few things, counter stamp things from like Costa Rica that might be cool. But honestly, I'm pretty sure I got circulating coins from those places. So I don't know. The only thing I can do really now is upgrade the quality of the coins, and I'm not there yet. Maybe if I'm bored in 20 years. But yeah, after this country, I can't think of any countries I don't legit have a coin for, to my satisfaction. Now, Numista's satisfaction is different, and we can talk about that, but that's a different discussion. So, FG Stacker and I have been working together a little bit via email to try to figure out what exactly Numista's up to. And if you go by Numista, Mauritania, you can't really get a coin for in silver. Okay, it's just not possible. Now, why is that? Well, they don't consider the Central African or Western African bank coins as Mauritania, even when they say Mauritania on them. And if that is the case, then Mauritania literally has never made a silver coin by Numista satisfaction. However, and I will go grab those for you. All right. So here's our folder. And as FG Stacker likes to say, I should have got a Somali elephant instead of messing with this thing. No, that's not what he says. Page 4 is actually page 1. That's what he says. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. So here's an example of an upgrade. Senegal, we went from the bullion coin, right, to a sterling commemorative. All right, so that's a big upgrade. The only thing that would be better than that would be a silver coin that actually circulated in Senegal. And the problem with that, I don't know that they ever made a circulating silver coin in Senegal. Well, that's a lot of S sounds. Ooh, I love it. All right, so yeah, this is what he was saying. He said this is like page 4. Well, okay. But all these have little pieces of paper. They got their name, and then boom, I just, if it's one of these hefty holder coins or something, then something special that doesn't, not just a flip or a capsule. Like this will hold a capsule, no problem. It's no big deal. But some of this stuff, it gets pretty hokey. So I put it in the bigger otter size holders. It all fits. It's all self-contained. 195 countries, all contained in one place. And as you can see, I do have multiples of some countries, just because I haven't taken them back to storage. So our example we had was Mauritania, of what I'm talking about here. So if you go by the, as per Hoyle Numista nonsense, right? They would say this coin doesn't count, right? Because let's really look at this coin so we can kind of see why I'm saying it has to count. Banque Centrale, right? West African States, monetary West African States, right? This is the Union of Monetary West African States, Banque Centrale. So it's the central bank, l'Afrique de l'Ouest, Banque Centrale. All right, so the central bank of the West African States, I'm sure is what that means. All right, anyway, so this is where it gets a little crazy. If you look on the back of this coin from 1972, you will see all the various states. Some exist still, some do not. Mauritania is right there. Or Mauritania. I think it's pronounced Mauritania. That, right? Now, this state no longer exists. It's, I believe, called Benin now. But, if you were looking for a coin from Benin, that would count. Or maybe that's Benin. I can't remember which one. I think maybe both of them, actually. This one's Ivory Coast. Togo still exists. Senegal, again, another country that we talked about earlier. That would count for that. But if you go on Numista, it's not going to count it. Well, here's the problem. If this coin does not count, there is no silver coin from Mauritania. You can get non-silver issues, but there will be no silver issue. Okay, and that's a pretty big problem. Here's another country we had to upgrade because we had a fantasy coin. So I paid $51 and grabbed this coin from Mali. Problem being that I was bidding against FG Stacker and I didn't know it. So, you know, that's always great. Now, I also had the Kansas Kid. We were doing some stuff here, hunting for some coins. And I haven't talked to him in a while. He's had a lot going on in life, and I'm wishing him all the best. And I don't think hunting for silver coins around the world is really probably the highest priority for him. And he has plenty of low-hanging fruit left to grab. So, you know, getting this hard stuff isn't really a priority. So the next country we're going to talk about is way over here in the last page, okay? And this is it. This is really a nice, cool coin. This one is legit. This is the real deal of Evander Holyfield. And it was purchased under boat. And it's in decent shape. I mean, it's not my best one by far, but that's okay. It's a decent coin. Decent coin at a really nice price. Even beat up and destroyed, this coin would be worth every bit of $26.95. This is a 90% silver coin with an ASW of 0.7812. So, you know, about the size of a U.S. silver dollar. Same purity. Anyway, that coin's great. It's awesome. Here's the problem. It's not Vietnam. Okay? It's French Indochina. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what's the difference? Well, the difference is on Numista, if you were to put this coin in, it would not count for Vietnam. It just wouldn't. It would count for French Indochina, which it says Indochine Francais, yeah, which means French Indochina in English. Yeah. So guess what? Doesn't count. But you know what does count? This thing right here. This 1986 100 dong coin, right, was made by the Vietnamese. See that big old commie? So this will be part of my commie collection. Look at that communist nonsense there. Isn't it beautiful? And all of its just sheer hubris and ignorance. Wow. Love it. Love it. But yeah, there you go. And it's an Olympic coin, which, you know, I could live without that. We could do a whole video on Olympic coins. Just who are the Olympic coins in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. Hell, just in this collection, we could do a whole thing on Olympic coins, because a lot of these coins are Olympic coins. All right, there it is. We have officially completed the collection. We are officially in the awesome zone. We are doing awesome things with amazing people. And, yeah. Now, I could probably update Zimbabwe, but my problem is I want the circulating coin, not the commemorative or bullion. So that's a commemorative. That's an actual circulating coin. Now, the question is, would Numista count Southern Rhodesia as Zimbabwe? And I don't know. I guess I don't know that it would count Bukhara Tengas as Uzbekistani coins. Here's the problem. I don't care. It's a circulating coin. The circulating coin is always going to be the better coin for this collection, in my opinion. Now, that's my opinion. Okay? That's my opinion. So, to me, I'm not going to replace that with a modern commemorative or bullion coin when I've already got a, you know, a middle-age to early Renaissance coin that's circulated there. It's just not, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that. But you guys can run your collection however you want, you know. You can count this stuff. You know, some of it circulates. That's circulated. That would have circulated. Some of it was never meant to circulate, like say this thing right here. This coin was never intended to, nor would it very easily or readily circulate, okay? So that's, really the difference here. This coin was meant to circulate. And when you get an old coin like this, that still has luster from 1778, right? Luster. That was meant for circulation. Well, then you're going to pay $200 for it. And you're going to be happy to pay $200 for it because it's like, this is a thing of beauty, man. That's a thing of beauty. There aren't very many of those in the world. First of all, the mintage on this coin is, I can't remember what it is. It's really low. It's like thousands of coins. There's only thousands of these. Well, how many of them are, still showing luster? So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of mind-boggling that a schlub like me can get my hands on, coins that old, in that kind of shape. It's just really cool. So this is my Indian coin. Yeah, I could have used any number of British Empire, but I wanted to go with this Mughal coin. Why not? And you know what? When I put it on Numista, it may not count. You know what? I got plenty of coins that will count. So I'm gonna keep the old Mughal Empire coin in here. Same thing with Georgia. I'm not gonna grab some modern commemorative that was never meant for circulation. I have Russian coins, USSR silver coins, so that would count for this technically. But I wanted a coin minted in Georgia. You see. So yeah, it all depends on what your definition is of a good time on these. So you follow your heart. What's your heart tell you on this collection? Follow your heart. But my heart told me deep down that French Indochina, although this is actually a circulating coin, and this 100 dong thing is not. So this is actually a downgrade. I'm kind of contradicting myself. You know what? I'm going to keep this in the folder. I'm going to keep it in there. Yeah, F you. I'm keeping it in there. Yep, there it is. Now the folder's actually full. Every single spot on that page is full. And we got the 100 dong. Let's look it up on Numista and then we'll end this video. Yeah. Look, man, the French Indochina coin's way cooler than the 100 dong. But that 100 dong costs $30. The metal in it's worth about $8. So 3 times the melt plus. But it was shipped from Hungary. But it's it's fine. We've technically got a coin from Vietnam now. Although I do believe I have a medal from Vietnam, a silver medal. Not like an Olympic medal, but it's just a medal. Okay, 1986. 100 dong. Yeah, we gotta love the dong. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's our coin. Ooh. Let's look at it. Our coin is pure silver. It's 0.2 of an ounce. 731. I'm a little high even now. I thought it was like $8. I paid 30 even. It says here it's worth $27.50 to $35, assuming it's in mint condition. The mintage is only 5,000, so it is a rare coin. It is a rare, hideous commemorative coin. So and a lot of these commemoratives I have actually are quite rare. But I would say that's mint state. Lovely coin. 5,000 minted. It says it right on the flip here, actually. And I put in an offer. He took it at $30. $30 for $7.31 worth of silver. Not exactly stacking numbers, but at the end of the day, I had that pièce de commerce for under melt. So if I pay a little over melt for an inferior coin, man, isn't that nice? That's a nice coin. That's That's a decent coin, man. So, you know, usually these are all worn out. Anyway, my ADHD moment there. Have an amazing day. Like, share, subscribe.